So after our lecture on graphing, I thought I would show you how to finish the rest of your assignment by showing you how to do a few things in Origin. Now, first of all, you need access to Origin, which is a data graphing and analysis program, and it's the one that we use for 2210 and 4210. Now, you can get a trial copy for yourself on your own home computer or laptop. You might want to think about buying it. If you do that, go to originlab.com. Origin is also already installed on many of the computers in our department, such as room 254 or lab room. It might also already be installed on the computers in the lens room and in 262. I'm not sure, you might have to check. But if you're at home, you can even access Origin there because App State owns the license. So you can do that by getting a remote App State terminal through the udesk.appstate.edu portal. Now, if you've never used UDesk, all you do is you go to a browser and you type in udesk.appstate.edu, okay? And then you click on VM Horizon HTML Access like I'm doing here. And then that pops up. I'm going to have to click on Faculty and Staff. I've already logged in. It might prompt you to log in. If it does, you use your regular old AppleNet ID and password just like normal, okay? And then sometimes there'll be a little delay, it might be a little slow, but then the menu will pop up and it'll be just like logging into one of the computers on App State's campus, okay? So there it is. There's my my window right there, and then I can go down to my window and open up Origin Lab from this portal. Okay, it'll be installed there under the Programs icon. Yet again, this is a little slow, and I apologize for that. It's because I'm also making a video recording at the same time. So we'll wait for that to load in. Let's see, I can start my task manager maybe. There it goes. So this is the window you should get once you log in. You click on Start. Origin Pro's already popped up on mine because I've used it before in the UDesk environment, but you can click on All Programs and it's under Origin Lab, under the File folder Origin Lab, and then you would choose Origin 8.6 there. Okay, Origin Pro 8.6, and you can access it that way. Okay? Now, some of the tutorials made by Origin that I've already linked to will show you how to use Origin to import data, okay? Basically, you just go to File, Import, and then select the file that you want to import. It's not very difficult, okay? But there's tutorials posted below this one that show you how to do that. I'd like to show you something a little more advanced in this lecture, and that's how to operate and manipulate and plot the data that you've already got. Okay, so for the assignment that you'll need to do, you'll have to perform mathematical operations on your data. So to do that, what you end up doing is you choose a blank column. Like for example, in this example, column A is the mass in milligrams, and then I need to calculate the weight in newtons of each one of those masses. So I would go to an empty column. The one that I chose here was D, and then I would right-click on that column and choose the option Set Column Values. Then, once the window pops up for Set Values, I just type into the window what I want the values in that column to be, okay? So in this case, I want to take the data from column A and then just multiply that by a conversion factor and then the acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared, in order to calculate the weight, mg. So I take my column A, I call that COL parentheses A in parentheses, that's references column A, and then I use an asterisk for my multiplication symbol, and then since it's in milligrams, I have to convert it to kilograms, so I multiply by that conversion factor, and then I multiply by 9.8, asterisk 9.8, and then I click OK, and then the values will fill in automatically into that column. So that's how to perform a simple mathematical manipulation. The other symbols for different mathematical operations are pretty straightforward. For example, a slash is division, the little caret symbol is raising it to a power, and so on and so forth. And you can often guess a lot of them. And if not, if you get confused, you can always pull up the help window and type in the mathematical function that you'd like to get the abbreviation for it. Okay. Now, in Origin, you have to tell the program whether or not you're dealing with the horizontal axis or the vertical axis data if you want to plot that data, okay? You also have to tell it, if you're putting in error bars, for example, that the data in that column is an error on the Y. So the options are like X, Y, Y error, X error, etc. Okay? When you want to do this, like for example, in this, I want to make this X data, okay, the column D that I just created, I wanted that weight to be on the horizontal axis. So I would right click on that column and then choose Set As and then X. And you can see that the other options are X, Y, Z, a label, you can disregard it, you can call it an X error, or you can call it Y error. Okay, so those are your options. All right. Now, if you want to make a plot, let's say that I wanted to plot these two columns here, then I would first left click with my mouse and drag until those two columns were highlighted. And then I would go up to the menus at the top and I would choose plot. And if I just wanted to make up a straight up symbol plot, for example, then I would choose scatter, and that's a scatter plot. The other options that you can see are Y error, XY error, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if I wanted to choose something with error bars in the Y, for example, then I would choose 3 columns. I would choose X, Y, and Y error. And I would highlight all 3 of those columns, and then the option that I would choose under the plot would be symbol Y error. Now, you also have other options. You can make it just a line. In that case, the data will be plotted with a line connecting the data points. Never do this, okay? If you want to fit a line, that's a separate thing. So you're going to usually choose symbol, okay? You can also choose line plus symbol, where you'll have a symbol and then the 2 data points will be connected with a line. Don't do that either, okay? So most of the time you're going to choose symbol and then you're going to fit the plot, and then the fit will be a line, okay? So that's what you're going to do 95% of the time in 2210 and 4210. All right, when I did that, I chose a Y error plot. I highlighted in the end for this 3 columns, and I chose Y error, and this is what it looks like. Now, if you want to change the formatting of any of these things, you can just click on them and then type over what you've got, and it should work just fine, okay? And then you can see in your Project Explorer, you can see your plot, you can print it out, you can copy it, save it as a PDF, whatever you'd like to do. Okay, now if you want to fit that data, the previous plot just showed the symbols with the error bars, then you would, using the highlighted columns of what data you're interested in, go then to Analysis and then choose Fitting, and then in this case, of course, we want to do a linear fit, and so you would choose Linear Fit and Open Dialog. Okay, so that's what you're going to get. Now, there's a lot of different fits to choose from. In this case, though, we're just going to go with the linear fit, okay? And then the info about the fit, including the statistics and a plot of the regression, will open in a new sheet, and that new sheet will be automatically created. Now, from that, this is what I got, and it looks great. You can see that I have my data with my error bars plotted, and I have my fit, which is the red line here, indicated. So it's a beautiful, nice plot. Now you can add text to this plot if you want like an equation or a title or something like that, which is required for this assignment. You right click in the plot window and then select Add Text from the drop down menu. Just like here, right click, Add Text, and then you type what you want, okay? And so you can put in the equation, which is what I choose to do, down there, and it looks great, okay? So that's the requirements. That'll get you started in Origin. This is just to get started. So if you need further help, remember that on our course website, I have included a link to many videos within Origin Lab that should help you with any further questions that you might have. And you can also use the help environment within Origin to figure out how to do other things. Okay? I'm also happy to answer questions during my office hours, and I look forward to seeing you then and in class. Bye.